In 2007, Citizens United filed a lawsuit against the Federal Election Commission. In a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court held that corporations, nonprofits, and unions could spend an unlimited amount of money in advertising prior to an election. As such, corporations were treated as U.S. citizens and were granted First Amendment rights. As a result, corporations drove the election process. For example, $300 million in 2010 was spent by corporations, more than every midterm election since 1990 combined. One of the main problems with campaign finance is that people don't know how much money they can spend and how much money corporations can spend.
How much do you think that you are able to individually donate to a presidential campaign?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like $100 maybe?
Okay.
That would be a max.
And then how much do you think that corporations are able to donate?
A lot more. I don't know. I don't know an exact amount, but
A lot more?
yeah, definitely a lot more.
How much money do you think that you can spend on a presidential campaign?
I have no idea.
Do you know how much you think a corporation could spend?
I think it's unlimited.
How much money do you think you can spend on a presidential campaign?
50 million.
Okay. And how much money do you think a corporation can spend on a campaign?
Legally,
Yeah.
2,000.
Actually, individuals are only able to donate a maximum of $5,000, whereas corporations, after the FEC versus CU ruling, are able to donate unlimited amounts of money.
So what are the solutions? Well, some people suggest that we should increase transparency. Where is this money coming from? Or do we limit the terms for incumbents? Lastly, maybe we should even think something more radical, like amending the Constitution.
Did you know that super PACs are able to advertise without informing the viewer who they funded and who they're supported by? For example, Restore Our Future spent $30 million on the Mitt Romney campaign and no one had any idea.
Then there is that elephant in the room, which has been an issue since the Republic has been created, which is separation of domestic dollars and foreign monies. By law, foreign entities are not allowed to contribute to political campaigns, at least in the presidential way. I don't know this. I'm not a lawyer. In an age of multinational corporations and a global marketplace, how do you differentiate monies that are, quote, domestic versus, quote, foreign?
Last week, the Supreme Court reversed a century of law that I believe will open the floodgates for special interests, including foreign corporations, to spend without limit in our elections. I don't think American elections should be bankrolled by America's most powerful interests, or worse, by foreign entities. They should be decided by the American people. And I'd urge Democrats and Republicans to pass a bill that helps correct some of these problems.
You do not have any accountability. If you do not have any identity, then you can go say or do anything you want, and nobody can call you out on that because nobody knows it's coming from you.
Money, so they say, is the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a right,
Mr. Speaker, 3 years have passed since the Supreme Court's dreadful Citizens United decision, and we have seen a dramatic increase in the amount of corporate money flowing into our elections, drowning out the voices of ordinary American citizens eager to participate in the political process. Citizens United also epitomizes the so-called corporate personhood movement, in which some now say that corporations are people. The fact is, corporations are not people, and the Constitution was never intended to give corporations the same rights as the American people. Corporations don't breathe, they don't have kids, and they don't die in wars.
everything around me, green, get the money, dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash moves everything around me, green, get the money, dollar, dollar bill,